It's good to be here. Happy Friday night. Oh, thank you guys so much. I love you guys being here, all of you people here live. Oh, it's good to see you. Thanks so much. Welcome to the Heart of a Villain, the podcast and live stream devoted to the bearded villains brotherhood and all the lives they are changing around the world. Guys, it is a Friday night. It is the second. Is it the second still? Yeah, it's the second. It's the 2nd of April. We rolled right into April here, and we're flying along in this year. We're almost a quarter of the way through things already. Kind of crazy to think about. But this is the Heart of a Villain. As I said, it's the podcast devoted to the bearded villains, worldwide brotherhood, and the lives that they are changing. Our brothers are changing. Our chapters are changing. Everybody involved, our supporters involved, the people that support us. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's the way we live. And we get to talk about this once a week here. We get to hear about things. I get to pass on some really cool topics. I get to pass on to everybody that's listening to this some interviews from brothers that they may not otherwise hear from. And we have some really cool dudes out there. And absolutely, I'm excited to add another country to my list today. This week, we're going to delve into the country of Mexico for the first chapter that I've spoken with a representative from Mexico. And I'm really looking forward to today. We have a bunch of merch going through the merch trails right now. We have a ton of it. So we're going to be going through some of that too. As you know, I like to share what I can. Inevitably, I'm going to miss somebody as far as the merch game goes. But if a chapter is doing something, the only thing I ask is that you just reach out to me and I will share it with the live stream audience here. And so everybody can know what it is you're trying to sell some merch for, and we'll get the word out. Absolutely. I would love to do that. So you bet. So if this is your first time hanging out with me on a Friday night here live, don't forget, get that like and subscribe button, because if I'm not mistaken, I am only about 3 or 4 away from 500 subscribers on this channel. So good things happen when you get up to 1,000. So we need to really push this. We have a lot of subscribers that subscribe to the YouTube, to the Simplecast channel, to one of the major podcast platforms. But not everybody comes to the YouTube, but eventually, fingers crossed, there's going to be some really cool video stuff coming out that I'm going to be able to share regarding bearded villains in the coming months on this channel. So you'll want to be subscribed to it. You want to tell everybody subscribe to this baby. It would be really cool if we get to over 500 subscribers tonight. But so I only need 2 or 3 other people, I think, maybe 4, that are already not subscribers to jump on that bandwagon with us. But anyway, if this is your first time here, I do appreciate it. I am BP, the host of The Heart of a Villain. I'm also Captain Bearded Villains Northern Indiana, and we're just gonna have a good time tonight. We're just gonna have a good time tonight. I'm looking forward to it. So, I want to acknowledge I want to say hi specifically, as you know, to those people who are taking some time out on a Friday night to say hello to us all. And of course, Rob, the first one in the door, all the way over from the UK, Rob tells us, happy Friday. It's Friday night, and we are coming to you live from his workplace, as he always does. The greatest gift of self-promotion, it's Rob. I love that. He's always here. Actually, I think he missed once, maybe, but it was noticeable. The lack of presence was noticeable. So Derek's in the house. Nick is in the house. Mark, Mr. Clenchy, how's things going? John Davis, we know. Jess is always here hanging out with us. Jay is here. Mr. Sanchez. I say Mr. Sanchez. Papa. Looks like he changed his name. We know Papa. So Papa's in the house too. Jay tells us, of course, I hate this timer when he's watching the timer go. Jay, I do apologize for that, but it does mock us all. So I'm apologetic to that, sort of, but sorry for that. Where Jay is usually is Sharissa, so we'll say hi to her too. I don't know if she's online or just watching from afar. Block is in the house tonight with us. Love to see that. Normally I get to see his ugly mug a little later in the night on another chat after the podcast, but I do appreciate you being here as well, sir. Kike is here, buddy. Hopefully I did you proud. I'll get to Kike in just a minute. Good vibes, buddy. Good to see you here. Good to see you. See if anybody else is Mark. Did I say Mark yet? Christy and I are here. All right. Love it. So let me just start out by saying I have the absolute most respect for anybody who is willing to step out of their comfort zone and do an interview in a program like this in a language that is not their native number one language. I would never, well, of course, I'm not even in the least bit bilingual. I know swear words in about 2 other languages, but that's it. And that's not going to get me enough to get me any kind of an interview going. But I'm learning. I'm trying to work on my Spanish. But to these guys around the world, and as I said, this is the 13th country. I've actually had interviews now with, I want to say, somewhere in the vicinity of 21 or 22 chapters that are international. But this is the 13th country now, delving into our first Mexican chapter. And so much respect for Kike for coming on and saying, yeah, man, let's do this interview. I know there were times when he was probably a little bit nervous about it, but, he pushed through. And I think we got a lot of really great information from him. We really got to see a really cool side of our bro from Durango. And he wears his heart out there, and he gave us I think a really good interview. And like I said, nothing but respect. He did a great interview in a language that is not his primary language. So love seeing that. Can't wait to one day be able to hang out and see you in person, bro. For sure. Mr. Bowers is in the house too. He says, show me in the villain's house. All right, he's here. All right, guys. Good stuff. Well, I'm going to roll in real quick. I want to first of all say happy World Autism Awareness Day, right? Happy World Autism Awareness Day. For anybody that who goes out of their way to support autism awareness causes, this is a really big day for you. Should be a really big day for all of us that work within charity scopes. Anytime there is some sort of a disability and or disease or whatever it is that people rally behind, we need to take a second back and just take a step back and just acknowledge it, celebrate it. I think too often some of these days that are, awareness days for whatever organization or whatever, disability it is out there under the sun, we play with it. We kind of take it with kid gloves. We really don't know how to handle it. And I think the world would be a much better place if we took it from the angle of celebration. This is not Autism Awareness Day, World Autism Awareness Day per se. Let's celebrate it. There's roughly around 4 million people, 4 million autistic people in the world today. And every single person that has autism, that is diagnosed with autism, is a different person. And I think, like so many other things, people seem to think that if they know one autistic person, they know autistic people. And the one thing that is so different with autism is one autistic person, but you don't know another autistic person, because every single source case of autism is individual, 100% of its own. And so we need to celebrate that, the individuality for what it is, And we need to recognize that autism is just that. It's individual. And just take that time out to recognize each individual person for the beauty and the amazing nuances of their personality. I think it's really important that we acknowledge that. So as a child of special needs, as a father of special needs children, I can say that I celebrate their individuality. And there's nothing more that I love to see than that. So congratulations. Celebrate World Autism Day, Autism Awareness Day. That's very important, I think, for us to all do. Okay, now let's get into some merch stuff, right? Let's get into some merch stuff. Should I throw some music behind us here? Let's see what we can find. Let's pull up some. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Let's pull up a little bit of inspirational type music, and we'll see what we get here. Okay, so I'm going to roll this in. We have many, many chapters, like I said, that I have some notation for as far as some merch that's out there. As I said before, if for some reason I forget you, I don't have your chapter, it is not an intentional omission by any means. It's just because I didn't get it from somebody else. I try to scroll Instagram and all the different chats to see who has things going. So if I did forget you, send me a note, send me a message, and I'll make sure I get you on the next time around. So I try to keep things going best I can. So first thing I'm going to start off with was I got hit up directly by a brother who is actually representing a bunch of chapterless brothers out in Hungary, way over in Hungary. And they are doing an autism patch. It's 15 euros. They don't have a site set up specifically for it, but the proceeds go to the Srika Association summer camp in Hungary for autistic kids. And so what they do is it's an autistic summer camp for kids, and they try to, with the donations from this, they try to help send kids to camp. So they don't have a page specific for this. So hit up our brother on Instagram. It is at Tojaslaves1. I'm not sure how to pronounce that 100%. I've just butchered it, I'm sure. But Tojasleves1 on Instagram. That's for our brother over there. Now, moving here a little closer to home, Rocket City. The Rocket City Villains. They also have some autism merch coming out. It benefits the Riley Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Benefits the Riley Center in Huntsville, Alabama. They've got a couple different shirt variations. They've got a blue and a gray, and they've also got a Rocket City Autism Awareness patch. Now, the shirts range in price between $15 and $25, looks like, and the patch is $12. So hit up those boys, Rocket City. It's rocketcitybv.bigcartel.com for some Rocket City Autism Awareness merch. Moving on. Don't forget, still, we have the North and South. These are going to be in conjunction with DSV5. So Mississippi patches, the anniversary patches, they've got a gold one and a silver one, and they're both $8. The cool thing about this is they're going to be available at DSV5, but if you can't make it, they also will ship them to you after the fact. So if you can't have somebody pick one up for you, hit up our brothers over there. And going on that same page regarding DSV, we've got some other shirts. And boy, do we have shirts. We have some major shirt options here for DSV5. They have the Back to the Jute Joint merch. Hit up the brothers bvnorthms.com. bvnorthms.com is where you can get all the merch. The shirts you're seeing here on the screen are not even all the shirts they offer. So they've got raglans, they've got short sleeves, they've got everything. Hit them up. BV North MS shirts range between $20. Well, it's around $20 for all of them, looks like. So DSV5 merch is out there. bvnorthms.com. All right. As we move on, I did want to mention last week we did a kind of a special announcement, tried to pay special significance to this crawfish boil and trying to raise some money for a service dog for a brother down in Louisiana. I'm not going to have that on the screen the whole time this time around, but it's still out there, and I still want to make mention to it. There's going to be a crawfish boil for this and everything, but I want to keep this alive so that we can help donate still. So there's not specific merch tied to this, but I did want to mention to it. The PayPal for this one, if you want to donate to help get our brother's service dog, is TK Pens and Creations at gmail.com. TK Pens and Creations at gmail.com. And the Venmo is at Anthony Battaglia. So check that stuff out if you can. And get on that for the donation there. And I believe the last one that I have, nope, I think I've got two more. Check this out. Bearded Villains Kentucky. Bearded Villains Kentucky. They're trying to get the money for their nonprofit status. So they have come out with 2 shirts and a patch. The shirts range in price from $15 to $20. They got a Bound by Brotherhood shirt and a classic T-shirt. And they also have a logo patch, their Bearded Villains Kentucky patch. That is for $10. This is a pre-sale on these, and it ends April 9th, so you got about a week and a half left. Or a week, if I do my math correctly. A week. So we fell behind the 8 ball there. So bvky.bigcartel.com. bvky.bigcartel.com for the Bearded Villain Kentucky merch. All right. Moving on. The last one that I've got on my list for tonight, Bearded Villains Pennsylvania East has an autism awareness t-shirt. It's a pre-sale for 2 weeks only. It ranges between $20 and $25. Very cool logo on this for autism awareness with the railroad tracks and then the logo in the middle. Pennsylvania. You can find this at PennsylvaniaVillainsEast.BigCartel.com. PennsylvaniaVillainsEast.BigCartel.com. And that's what I've got on tap for the merch so far this week, guys. I'll scroll right out of that. All right. That was the merch game. We have a lot going on. We have a ton of merch out there. And that's not to say that I didn't make a special slide for it, but if you're paying attention, I believe tomorrow the main Bearded Villains site is actually going to be going live with a whole boatload of new merch as well. So get over there to the main Bearded Villains page, the main website, and they've got a whole line of new patches and a whole bunch of stuff that supposedly goes live at some point tomorrow. Now, as you know, in the past, it's always kind of a crapshoot when that stuff goes live. They have a countdown timer on there, and you can try and plan for it. But I don't know about you, but I've always seemed to miss that countdown timer and the timing of it. So if you're interested in the main BV page and the website and the merch that's out there, get that as well. Get that as well. All right. Lakeshore Villains is in the house. Had to say hi to them too. All right. And they're even speaking in different languages. I have a feeling I know who this is that's requesting this, but I will have to decline. Somebody's asking me to do part of the podcast in an accent. No. Those of you who know and may have watched the later after hours chat rooms that I'm sometimes in, I have a very terrible accent that I try. Well, many different accents that I try, and they all seem to eventually sound the same, no matter what I'm trying to emulate. So it's bad. I'm not going to do it. So there. All right, guys. I've shared enough merch. This is the main part of the podcast. This is the meat of the podcast this week. Our brother from Durango. Man, what can I say about Kike? He's just an amazing, solid dude. He is talented in ways that I don't understand. As you'll find out in the interview, it just befuddles me. I'll use that big word. It befuddles me how somebody can do musically what I'm going to be talking about in this interview that he does. But nothing but respect for this guy. I'm excited. I'm excited to share my interview with Kike, and so we can learn a little bit about not only him, Bearded Villains Durango. Now, one of the things that I'll point out, and you will sense my amazement in this interview when I'm interviewing him. Their very first, pay attention to the story that he tells about their very first charity endeavor as a chapter. It wasn't, so often, many chapters, it's you kind of dip your foot in the water, right? Just kind of dip your toes in there. And he and his guys, they went all out on this one endeavor first off, and set a course of action for their chapter that they're not backing down from, doing some really great things. We have other chapters that have done this as well, but when I hear of it, it just still amazes me. So pay special attention to his story about what his chapter did the first time that they did a charity activity and what it set a course for them. So I am proud to share with you my interview with Kike from Bearded Villains Durango. Okay, my special guest this week, we're going to get to know a brother from down in Mexico, and I'm excited to talk to him. If you look at his Instagram profile, it's all about chapter and it's about music. And we're going to talk about chapter, we're going to talk about music, we're going to talk about life, and I'm really excited to talk to Kike from Bearded Villains Durango. He's the captain down there. Kike, welcome. How are you doing?
Hi, my friend. Fine, fine. I'm glad, and it's an honor to be here, taking a chat with you. So here we go.
Yeah. No, it's totally my honor, man. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to reach out, talk to brothers all around the world, not just in our little corner of the world. And it's exciting because we'll get into what your chapter does. You guys do some really cool things down there in Mexico, but for the people that don't know you, maybe just see your pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you started out with BV?
I start in 2017. So I was like watching pictures and Instagram. Uh, I like a little beard, no big one. So I saw the pictures of the billions and said, What is this?" So I started checking, and oh my God, this is big one. This is like a big club. So I get interesting, and I send a email to the official page. So, hey, I want some information. I'm from Mexico, so I don't know if I can be part of you. So, uh, answer me. They answer me and say, yes, of course. Everybody with beer can join us. So I start uh, to make my idea like a movie. I don't know. I say I know a lot of people, a lot of friends that have beer here in Durango, so we can start a club, the like the reunion points and all that stuff. I was looking for a group of people that I can feel like be part of, uh, but with some intentions, with something that we can be proud of. Not like I don't have problem with biker clubs or other groups. So uh, we start the first reunion, like 10 people came to the first reunion uh, in a restaurant. So of that 10 people, five of that guys, including me, is still here
Oh,
with
wow.
me. Yeah, five guys, and then right now we are 15. We are
15.
15. Yeah, uh, all all patches, all with patch, um, and we love to make the charities. So the first time it was like I don't know, like something different, and make us feel proud of what we were, like something was born in that first charity. I can tell you, we we visit, we help a single mother. She had two kids, and she was like uh, asking for some food or some uh, clothes on Facebook. So I saw the the note, and I said to these guys, "Hey, we can do something." So we make the visit, and and we saw how she was living. So it was like very sad. So we came next week with a small kitchen. We make the gas installation.
No.
We bring a TV for the kids, some clothes, uh, and and we born that day. We born. So it was like the I don't know how you say, like first communion of their villain.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and
that's
was
amazing.
yeah, that
So,
was our first charity.
wow. I
and
mean,
and nobody knows how is. You can tell me your charity are different. You make donations, you make a, I don't know, but nobody give us a script or rules to make the charity. So our heart just tell, do that.
wow. See, I love that. I love you saw something and there first of all, there was never a bearded villains there in Durango before you. And
Nope.
you saw that. How did let's I want to get to the what you did for this woman in just a second, but what was her reaction to this group of bearded guys? I mean, how did what was her reaction when you showed up and said, "We want to learn about this and we want to help you"?
um at first time she was scary. She was thinking that we are like I don't know, gang members, gang. Uh, but uh, when when she saw that we bring bring clothes for the kids and the TV, uh, she starts like crying. We have the first pictures with that woman and the kids, and you can see the smile of the little kid, uh, and it's like impressing.
Oh my gosh. I can only imagine. So you guys I'm kind of I mean, this is amazing. So the first time you guys did anything to help anybody out, you came in and you basically brought her an extension of her house. You gave her a kitchen. I mean,
Yeah,
a TV. You helped with her kids as well. Ah, that's
yeah.
amazing. How did you how did you get the materials or the did you get donations or how did you come up with the stuff that you brought to them?
Mm, and yeah, we started like we need we need clothes for helping people. That was like the chats that we have in the first reunions. So we start picking some clothes from friends, familiars.
Mhm.
So we have big like I, I don't know how to explain, but it was a lot of clothes, donation clothes.
Right.
So we pick the the similars for kids. We know they were two kids only, so we don't we don't give like big big clothes or something like that.
Right.
So um, it was very exciting that day. So um, that I fall in love with that. I fall. I was no. I don't know what was
Yeah.
after Bird Billions. So they give me only the justification for do something.
Yeah.
Uh, it was like you give me the engine. I put all the rest.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And so was that back in 2017
Yeah, the
when you
first.
started? Okay. And then your chapter has just grown with the other events, the other things that you've done since then. What are some of the types of charity things that you've done there in Durango ever since that after that first one?
Yeah, we have uh, visit to hospitals. So we carrying food to the relative of the people that are sick. Uh, there's a lot of people on the street outside the hospitals, so they waiting for uh, some results or some news from the familiars. So we came with coffee, with sandwiches, uh, bread, uh, and and they smile. They are very grateful. So um, we have another kind of a charity that we make the night tours. We call it food caravans. The food caravans we go around the city looking for homeless or people in a street situation. We are like in a car in a pickup, so we are in the van. We're checking sandwiches and um, juice or water in bottled water. So if we saw a homeless, we park, and the first time they get afraid. They they're thinking, hey, these guys are going to kick my.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so they get scared, and they look at us and say, "Hey, guy, do you want a sandwich? Did you already eat something today? Take my friend." So they smile.
Wow. How often do you end up doing that?
Um, we have like our schedule, our one type at the month. So um, maybe two, or if some news we start checking like Facebook, or uh, they give every time some news about bad situation of people. So if we are at that time with some uh, I don't know, something for to do, yeah, we go and make part of that.
Yeah. So that you do that about once a month and then other times if needed.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That I congratulations, man. That's incredible. I love the heart, man. I love the heart that you guys are showing for your community, and it's so cool to see. Has has the last year been really difficult on you guys then too, or have you guys been able to still do some charity things even last year with the COVID regulations?
Where we were we were very separate last year. But we made like two charities in all the year 2020, and one of the charities were the situation of the students here, where everybody have to do the home office and uh, school in the house. So the the people that they don't have internet, or they don't have uh, computers, they only have maybe a phone, so that they don't have the money for pay the internet. So we buy some pre-sale cards of internet. So we went to a school, and we make the donation to the director, so they can give to the kids at home the internet for a while, for a time.
Wow.
So
I just love these stories. I love it. I love hearing,
yeah,
no matter where our guys are, no matter where in the world bearded villains are, they're giving back. And you guys are stepping out and doing it, like so many of other chapters. You're face to face. You're not just kind of donating something from afar. You're getting there. You're right there. You're with the people. And I love seeing that.
yeah.
That's incredible.
2020 was a very sad year for our chapter, because we were planning a meet. The Mexican meet was already planning in 2020. So we canceled the meet, and we moved the date for 2021. So we are like making praise that don't change the things.
Do you have a date already set up for it?
Yeah, now in May, it's in 14, 15, and 16 of May.
Okay.
We have the Mexican meet. Everybody can join us, please. To all our brothers, our villains, Durango is your home. If you want to come with us, a great Mexican meet is going to be here.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I want to make sure I can get that written down so that I have it to tell everybody about during the podcast, because guys are always looking for places that we can go. So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so the Mexican meet is May 14th to the 16th of this year.
Yeah.
And it's in Durango?
Yeah, in Durango City.
Very cool.
So we have some billions right now, confirmation of billions from Argentina, from Ecuador, Venezuela. We have friends from let me see, España. Our brother Luis Hoyo. We have and all the people from Mexico, Morelia, Aguascalientes, Zacatecas, Mexico, Veracruz. So we hope everybody is going to be here in our meet. We have a big schedule with a lot of sorpresas.
All right. We love surprises, so
Yeah.
that's good. That's awesome. Oh man.
This is going to be the logo of the meet.
Oh.
Look, is a beard alacran.
That's amazing. That is so cool. Now, what do you call it?
alacran. It's a scorpion. In
Scorpion.
Spanish, it's alacran. Alacran, scorpion.
Alacron. Okay. Very nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that picture. All right, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out for some information on that for sure, so we can pass that on. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think I'll be making it down to Mexico in May. It's too soon for me, but I don't even have a passport, so I have to get one of those.
Well, I will send you a patch of
Oh,
the meat. Don't worry. Don't worry.
well, man, Kike, I'm excited to ask you about some other part of your life too. You shared some outside of your bearded villains attachments and your journey with that. You're also a singer. I've seen on your Instagram, and
Yeah.
you have kind of a pretty powerful voice, and
Yeah.
it's not something. I'll be honest, it's not something that I understand. I, I, it's not my kind of music, but I understand why people like it.
Yeah.
How did you start singing that way?
Um, um, I started playing drums at 15, and I I were in a band. So, but I don't know, like drums nowhere like my all all my power was in the other side. I I know that. So another friend called me to be part of another band, but in that time we were like hearing Rage Against the Machine or um, Fate No More, bands like that. So the, this friend of mine tell me, you can sing that way. I know that you can like make some raps or uh, like rock. I was afraid of that, but I start and then uh, like I don't know, start to grow in then the situation of I, I want more. I want more like my voice can do more that rapping like racing engine machine.
Okay.
So I start uh, making some music of uh, more interesting like Pantera and Sepultura and more aggressive in the and I start to studying the gutturals, the
Uh-huh.
gutturals sounds, and because when I was singing in a club, uh, I have no preparation of my voice, so I start to make me some like uh, hurts on my voice.
Oh yeah.
So I start to learning some uh, tricks, and right now I can make my voice like in 1 hour, 2 hours of singing high. So it's cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I I've been a singer all the way since junior high, but I've never been able to I don't even want to try to sing like you do because it it feels like it would just destroy my voice. And one of the things that I've learned as I got older is that even though I don't like that's not my style of singing, I used to just think that that was just screaming and it doesn't take any talent. It's just somebody yelling into a microphone. But then you start to look at how people have to teach themselves to sing that way. And
Yeah.
there's, it's not just, you can't just pick up a microphone and start singing like that, or you're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill your throat.
Yeah.
So it takes talent and it takes practice. And
a
You
lot of
know,
practice and exercising,
yeah.
exercising.
I
Yeah,
I
and
have all the respect in the world for you for that, but there's no way I could try it. I don't want to. uh, but I one thing I think is really cool is the videos that I've seen of yours. Music is so universal, and it doesn't matter
yeah,
if you are in Mexico. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. When you sing, when you perform music, everybody just kind of can fall in together. And when I'm listening to you sing, it you almost don't you can't hear people's accent. And because you're singing in English when you sing, the
yeah,
times that I've heard, and it's crazy to think that I listen to that and I'm thinking that doesn't sound. You don't have much of an accent at all when you sing.
yeah,
It's one of those neat things about music, I think.
yeah. It's very fun. I love to do that. I love. So I have
Oh yeah,
this tattoo
yeah, beautiful
on
microphone.
my microphone. So
Yeah,
maybe when I get older, I can remember when my time when I was crazy singing that stuff.
and that's my favorite. That's my favorite style of microphone too. I love that old fashioned
Yeah,
microphone. That's my favorite. If I could find one that would fit here well, I would use it. But they're all sideways if you turn them on these boom arms. So, but I'm going to share your music right now. Okay, so the last thing I think I'd like to ask you about is what are you guys looking forward to, you as a chapter or you as the captain of Durango? What are you looking forward to in 2021 and kind of moving forward? What would you like to see with your chapter, or you personally? What would you like to see with Bearded Villains?
I want to be like not famous is not the word. Uh, I want to make something for my community that with my chapter that we can be proud uh, for a long time. So the people can say that we made that. Uh, uh, right now, we can walk on the streets and people start see like whispering like, "Hey, the Barbones, the Villanos, hey, son ellos," blah 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 blah. It feels good. It feels good because the people know what we do, so that we are not like gang, gangsters or something like that. Uh, that is one of the missions of Dirty Villains to um, take that image of tattoo and bearded men that we are criminals or we are I don't know, drug dealers, uh, and it's important to uh, that these people they can understand the that kind of how did you say the stigma
Mm-hmm.
that is. in all the world, not only in Durango. So that's why Bearded Villains is here in all the world.
I love that. That's awesome. You want to leave a mark, and
Yeah.
you want to leave a mark in your community. And it sounds to me like you've already started that. You're doing an amazing job, and all I can say is just keep up the work, keep it up. You're a great example. You may not see it, but you're not only a great example in Durango and in Mexico, but you and
Thank
your
you.
chapter are an example all over the world for others to watch with what you're doing. So just keep up the work, man, and keep doing what you're doing for sure.
We're doing our best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's an honor to be here in Bearded Villains. So I know all the guys in our chapter in Durango are very happy to be part of. They feel proud, and it's amazing. I don't know how many years we can stand for, but I know something that right now we are the strongest beer club in the world.
That we are. I love it. Great words, Kike. Thank you so much for taking some time out with me and telling me about you and telling me about your chapter there in Durango. And I look forward to all the cool things that you guys are going to do this year. Let's fingers crossed for the Mexican meat that's going to come up in May. And
it's gonna be amazing. We have a big schedule. So, for example, one of the days on Sunday, we are going to take all the villains to a show here in Durango they call the Wild West. So it's like the old town with actors, and they make like a movie, and you are over there in all the scene. So it's amazing.
That'll be very cool. That'd be neat to see.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we spilled the beans there on that one.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. I can't wait to see all the pictures and see the videos, and just to see what you guys are going to do this year. The year is young, but you guys are already set for some really great things, and I'm excited to see it. So thank you again so much for taking some time with me tonight, and I definitely will be staying in touch with you and talking to you soon.
Thank you for the invitation, Brian, and it's an honor. I told you, and for all my villains, big hugs.
Have a great night. All right, guys. Kike, what an amazing dude. Total heart. And I was so happy to be able to talk to him, get some information out of him, learn about him and the Durango guys. And when you get a chance, go back and listen to those last 5 minutes of his interview, because I think he sums up BV so well, and just finishes it up by saying, one thing I know for sure is the Bearded Villains are the best club in the world, the best beard club in the world. I mean, yeah. So thanks again, Kike. I appreciate you so much for your kind words that you shared off air, and also for your great interview on air. If you are looking for an all-natural beard oil that will not only tame your beard and coarse hairs, but make your beard soft and smell amazing, check out Pulpo Beard Oils. Veteran-owned and made for today's beards, Pulpo beard products combine the best beard ingredients on the market with incredible customer service to ensure your happiness. Whether you need beard wash, beard oil, beard balm, or some fun clothing, Pulpo is the place to go. Feel fresh, feel savage, feel confident with Pulpo Beard Oils. Go to Pulpo Beard Oils, that's Pulpo, beardoils.com, and use the code The Heart of a Villain for a discount on your order. All right, boys and girls, man, we're rolling right along. And just to answer a comment in the comment section from Mr. Puzzle, Mr. Hector, yes, you told me so. Not that I doubted you for any second at all, but thank you so much. And again, thank you, Kike, for a great interview. I love what Rob says here. Brother really understands the message, massive amounts of love for him. Totally agree with that, Rob. It's great to see. I love that no matter where we are in the world, we have bearded villains who are like-minded, who think like he does. And you can't do any better than that. Can't do any better than that, for sure. So, guys, I'm going to roll right into the calendar of events. We have a few new ones on here. If for some reason I'm missing your event, hit me up, send me a message, and let me know what's up with it. I'm keeping the 80s theme, the 80s ultra beat music here for our calendar of events for now. Starting things off with what we just talked about with Kike, the Mexican meet in Durango, Mexico is May 14th through the 16th. It's just around the corner. Hopefully everything pans out really well for them. I know, as he said, he's got some really big surprises. Anybody that can hang out with them down in Durango, as I said, one of these days I got to get a passport. I can't use that as an excuse forever that I don't have a passport. I got to get a passport this year. That's going to have to be on my list. That's an absolute must this year. So I have one so that I can no longer use that as an excuse. So anyway, that's the Mexican meet, May 14th through the 16th. Durango, Mexico. Hit up your brothers in Durango for further information on that, because I'm sure they will have more as time moves on. Scrolling into May, a little further, May 21st and 22nd. Looks like that's the next week. DSV 5, hosted by the South Mississippi Brothers. It's in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Details on that will be forthcoming, but just mark it on the calendar. It's going to be a big, big event. May 21st, 22nd for DSV 5. Rolling into June 11th and 12th is the West Coast Meet being held in Denver, Colorado. This is going to be a big weekend for BV, guys, because June 11th and 12th, we have two different meets where it doesn't matter where you are in the country. You should be able to make one of them. You won't be able to make them both. They're too far apart, but you can make one of them. So the first one is June 11th and 12th is that West Coast meet in Denver, Colorado. Find a way if you can get over there to it. That's going to be really well attended. Going to be a lot of fun. West Coast meet, June 11th and 12th. Also June 11th and 12th, Knox Villains in Knoxville, Tennessee, hosted by the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains. Details forthcoming on both of those events, but that weekend is going to be a big one, June 11th and 12th. Pick your poison. Take your pick. Either the West Coast meet in Denver or Knoxville, Tennessee for Knox Villains. Then we scroll into July. Just got this one this week. This is kind of an interesting idea. The Bearded Villains New York Upstate Chapter. They have an event they're calling 1 Year and Counting. I guess they're going to be able to use that as time goes on. Bearded Villains New York Upstate, 1 year and counting. I guess they can call it 2 years and counting and so forth in the future. But 1 year and counting. It's in Lyons, New York. It's a meet and greet on the 16th. They have a softball game and pig roast on the 17th and a farewell brunch on the 18th. So from the descriptions I've read so far, this event, this 1 year and counting in New York Upstate, is going to be like an outdoorsy thing. Camping grounds nearby, all this stuff. But how cool is this thing? It's going to be a meet and greet barbecue event. There's going to be a charity softball game with a pig roast on the 17th. And then the 18th, they've got a farewell brunch. It's in Lyons, New York, hosted by Bearded Villains New York Upstate. Very cool stuff. Glad to see that on the schedule. In September 2nd through the 6th, I've still not heard definitively whether this is on or off, but the Villain Cruise 5, if you're over in Barcelona, hosted by the Bearded Villains in Finland and Sweden. Villain Cruise 5, September 2nd through the 6th. Then scrolling into later in September, We have the East Coast Meet. The East Coast Meet, hosted by the Bearded Villain Brothers in West Virginia. Bearded Villains, West Virginia. It's in Parkersburg, West Virginia. September 24th to the 26th is the East Coast Meet. Then we have September 10th through the 12th. I have those backwards in date-wise, but that's okay. You get it. September 10th through the 12th is the Four Corners Meet, hosted by our brothers in Phoenix, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. It's in Cortez, Colorado. It's an outdoors, brothers only, just for brothers, hangout session for the weekend. Everybody that's been there says it's life-changing, so if you can make it to Cortez, do it. September 10th through the 12th for the Four Corners Meet, again, hosted by our brothers in Phoenix, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. Then we have, all right, the big news that's come down in the last couple of weeks with the postponement of the official World Meet in Chicago again. We have our brothers in Miami who stepped up and said, we will host everybody. And what was originally listed as a Miami National Meet has unofficially become a Miami International Meet, I believe, because we have people from other countries that are coming. That is going to be August 13th through the 15th. August 13th through the 15th in Miami, Florida. Hit up the brothers in the 305, our Miami brothers, for further information. There is a chat that is constantly busy, constantly active. So if you're not currently in that Miami chat, which was the World Meet chat, so it's been relabeled for the time being. If you're not in there, get somebody to get you in there, because there's a bunch of stuff there. But the Miami National/International Meet is out there, August 13th through the 15th. Now, there is a small little note that I've been asked to pass along regarding the Miami Meet. There were a block of rooms that were set aside. Those block of rooms initially sold out. They have since added more rooms. Keep your eyes on the chat page for the meet, because they will be releasing a link to more rooms over the coming days. By Monday, I've been told, if it's not going to be there over this weekend, it'll be there Monday-ish. But get in there, because there's a chance that if you miss out on this next batch of rooms at the discounted rate, you're going to have to pay a higher discounted rate in future blocks. So if you want to get in while it's good. And the price rate is supposed to be set to allow you not only Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but also Thursday as well. So check that out. If you have any questions at all, hit up our brothers in Miami, get in that chat. And I've been told to pass that along, that they don't want to see anybody get screwed on their prices. So if you have any questions, concerns about that, hit up our brothers in Miami, and they will get you squared away. And then the last thing I have on the schedule, October 14th through the 18th, I have still somewhere in that vicinity listed for a Florida Summit. Don't have details on that right now. I just saw it on the schedule, so I thought I'd pass it along in case anybody wants to possibly get that on their own schedule, to see if maybe they could go if there is a Florida Summit that takes place in that time frame. So, guys, that is the calendar of events. Lots of stuff. I love it when the calendar starts to grow. We had a whole year last year when I had to call it the calendar of non-events, and we didn't have anything going. Hated to see that. But yeah. So thank you so much, everybody who has stuck around. All of you guys that are here still live on YouTube. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight. Thank you for spending some time talking with your other brothers and sisters and supporters and everybody that's in the chat right now. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do so. We're trying to get those numbers up on the subscription. Also, pass it along to anybody else that you know that's a bearded villain, a supporter of any kind, to get out there, like and subscribe to this channel. Anything that's bearded villain related, I'm going to have it on here in some way, shape, or form. So I'd love for you to all be there for that. And with that, guys, I will leave you with this, as I always do. We're going to roll out the song that I'm still thankful that our brothers are allowing me to use, One Brotherhood, One Ship. Guys, as I say always, that's going to wrap up episode 77 of The Heart of a Villain. Remember, you can still buy those shirts, patches, pins, and all that good stuff at theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. You can also get all previous 76 episodes of the podcast in audio form there or on all major podcast platforms at theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. Guys, I want to challenge you, as I always do, to be the villain that the world needs you to be. Because as Jay said once, the heart of a villain never stops beating. Finally, guys, most importantly, just remember this. It's okay not to be okay. If you are hurting, please find a brother to talk to. Remember, as always, it's okay not to be okay. So, guys, for now, have an amazing night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the week ahead. Take care. Stay safe.
Grabbing my junk and shit like it's 86. Shelly told 3 stripes we on. Hey, you know the B.I. It's BV Worldwide Fantasy. Stateside across ponds, no borders. I am my brother's keeper. Keep your facial features covered. Stay feeling one.